finally, UNEB released the results for PLE for last year. Yeah, we have parents are going to start running up and down again, looking for cutoffs for different schools. Do you want your school, child to go to Navisusa, SMAC? Can they afford? Do they make him within that range cutoff or what? So finally, we are here to digest all that together with my co-host. Again, we are seeing girls beating boys. Yes, girls are beating boys in English, of course.
In English, of course.
Are you surprised about that?
No, I'm not surprised.
Then
because there are boys who even don't speak in the class, if you've noticed.
Why don't boys even speak English? Why?
I don't know, but there's something that needs to be stressed. Yes. Though, on the other side, the boys are doing wonders in math, in science,
in social studies. Oh, in math also.
Yes.
That is a strange thing, but which is a very good news.
And it has been the trend over time that the male gender is just so on top in terms of mathematics. So we have to pull out, girls, we have to pull up our socks.
And we are seeing urban schools again are doing better than the rural schools. That is not a big surprise, but
it is a trend.
It's a trending thing that needs to be changed.
It may not need to be changed, but I think there should just be equal opportunities. The results we see for urban should be relatively the same as for UPE schools. Because we have UPE schools that are in urban, but they're still doing this. They still can't beat the urban private schools. So why? What is lacking?
Most of those reasons, there are very many factors actually. But I think most cases, teachers in private schools are giving their pupils more time.
Exactly.
And more than the rural schools and UPE schools. And also, I think motivation. Surely, anything you do in life, if you're not motivated.
Yeah, motivation really brings output. Because if you've been reading the newspapers, until now, most government teachers haven't been paid their salaries, like for the past 3 months. So why would you expect a child from UPE school to beat a private student who probably the teacher gets salary in time and even gets allowances for extra hours taught? Now, that's where government is missing out. Once you give these teachers motivation, then they will see to it that every child is present in class. I'm even told that in UPE schools, though there's registration and roll call done, but the teachers don't really bother whether you've attended classes or you've not, because they already have this demotivating factor on them. You know, once someone is already depressed with their own issues,
problems,
it becomes difficult for them to be understanding to their own pupils. Then another factor is, which is very worrying, the UPE schools in rural areas actually even suffer more, because you can even count the times a child appears in class. When it's raining, they don't appear. When there's no food, there's no sanitary pads, they don't attend classes. So all these are issues that government should address. Even books. Someone may even miss classes simply because there's no scholastic materials.
I understand that. However, some of us went through UP schools. I don't know what could be the difference between now and those days. I expect improvement. But if you go back to this, you see that in fact, it's derailing them more. Things are getting from the frying pan into the fire. I think this needs our combined efforts because most of these UP schools, they are not borders. They are private schools. People go and they leave after. But private schools, these are borders. They stay in school at night. They're revising.
Yeah.
A kid in the village or in the UP school is preparing supper in the evening. Maybe the dad is also busy doing something. So kids get engaged a lot. They don't have time for revision.
Yeah.
Compared to these other private schools.
That's true. But then also another very important and worrying factor is the fact that government has done well by increasing the numbers of UPE schools. If relative to the past years, you've realized that there are so many UPE schools today with the vision of making everyone educated. But what they have not done well is the capacity, like the facilities, like the improving of the capacities, the existing capacities, which was already there, was not even improved, but they have brought in other facilities which are substandard. So you cannot expect those children to have the same grades when they can't access libraries, they cannot access the books that urban children read.
Urban kids are reading Oliver Twist. A kid in the village is still looking for that. Gulu Gulu goes to school and actually the book is not there.
Exactly.
So sad variances. But looking into that, you're still watching the Insights, a production of the Campasa magazine.
Yes.
And just to highlight some of the top performing districts, we are seeing Bushenyi, we are seeing Masaka, Fort, Rukunjiri, Entebbe, Kasese, Lira, Mitoma. Are you sensing something?
Yeah, I'm seeing the trend has shifted from central to western, greater Masaka there.
Yeah, and towards down here, I see Budaka, Amuro, Jumani. So, what better things can government put in place to ensure that maybe we bring this educational imbalance? Is there some other more things maybe they can do?
Yes, the first one still is the teachers have to be motivated because they're the ones who train these children. So once they are not motivated, they will not put in enough in training them. The capacity will reduce. The input they give in will reduce. They will not care what grades children are getting even before you sit for PLE. They will not care. Then another thing is also the economic situation itself in the country is playing a role in this poor performance. How one may wonder how. Right now, parents are frustrated. So the frustration also it is seen in the children. Maybe your school fees is paid late. Sometimes you're chased from schools. The time you've lost, you're not gaining. Then also COVID made it worse by coming in. So a lot of things have played in. So there are certain things that government has to change so that financially the parents themselves are capable. Because if we make every child capable, there would even be no need of distinguishing between urban schools and maybe rural schools, because maybe the standard would be the same. So we would not be sitting here right now and separating that these kids from here perform better. It should be a uniform excellence. That's what the country should be aiming at.
Talking about performance still, the government has proposed a lot of amendments in the education sector.
Yes.
We saw Kiswahili is being introduced now. The curriculum, of course, changed.
Yeah.
then there was something which was proposed. They are trying to say that teachers are also supposed to upgrade to a given level. Because remember, the performance of a student or a pupil depends on several factors. It's my stake, it's the stake of the parents, the teachers, and also the children themselves. So if you're not playing your part very well, of course, even though these other people do to the best, they cannot say, the kids will not still pass.
They won't.
So we need this combined hand to see that we pass. And of course, when children pass, we feel like we've also passed.
Yes.
We don't want to see more strikes by the teachers. Again, they need salary increment. And you start maybe saying, okay, let's first give to science teachers, then we shall give this. First start by putting that facility down there.
You're absolutely right. You see, what government is correcting now should have been like done at the grassroots, like at the starting point. That should have been like the what? It should have been like the capacity that was supposed to be there. The standard was supposed to be like that, not right now making teachers to upgrade. They're doing the right thing, but it should have been long time. Because now we would ask, so these teachers that you're calling to upgrade and you're not even paying them in time, where do you expect them to finance their tuition to upgrade? So that will be another topic for another day. But for now, maybe what you must know, there are what they call examination malpractice, and there are teachers who are victims and they are even charged already in court. Those are teachers in some schools in Mukono, and it is so sad that UNEP has withheld results of so many children from those schools. Imagine as a parent being found that the reason why you're not able to access the results of your child is because of the school had a case of malpractice.
And it is just saddening that this time round we are seeing most of these are being done by teachers. They are trying to help these pupils to pass. But now, because given the statistics, we've been seeing most of these were pupils, students doing this. But the trend is changing. It's now the real heads doing this.
Yeah.
Something that we need to look into that. And the conversation is still continuing on our social media handles, on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere. Check on the Campus magazine, check on the website. If you want to check details of the results, seeing the winning districts or cut-off points as they come, check www.thecampusamagazine.com. From me and
Irene, until next time,
we sign out and congrats.